Okay, folks, I'm back and I got my new cards. I mean, as you see, I have many cards. I have even cards over here. And I got this download. And I want to use my House of Dragon Oracle cards today because they just look so cool. Look at this. Love the illustrations. But, anyways, I have got this downloads on multiple people with magic, doing just this different kinds of magic, and it's crazy. I'm just talking about destructive love magic and all kinds of stuff, but it was a connection on two lovers. They were lovers, but everything breaks apart, right? It is what it is. Anyways, and you guys, and it was multiple. And I think this is a problem because people they go on the internet and they just dabble into like dark magic. And the thing is with this dark magic is you don't know what you do, what universal laws you're breaking. And there's sacred laws to different magics because you're dealing with manipulating energies. And I'm telling you, don't manipulate energies, please. Because manipulating energy is a bad thing, and it'll put you in divine judgment. And divine judgment just simply means that your energy that you give out, you can see different things. Like you can age rapidly, and on this timeline, it might not seem much, but as time progresses, as you age rapidly, there's just a lot of messed up things that can happen. I have picked up on animal sacrificing, and this is something that I am dead set against. Dead set against. Oh my god, am I dead set against animal sacrificing? It's terrible. It happens on Halloween. People will literally murder black cats. And the thing is we should never take magic and misuse it and take something innocent and try to bind it with anything. And animals are considered innocent. And there's just many kinds of energies going on. So I'm going to go ahead and just start. I have like a lot of stuff here. I got a lot of little posts. All right. All right, I got this. There's different occult things just going on, and wow. All right, I got the two of dragons here. About one cult. I don't know. This deck just called to me, and I was like, man, I just gotta pick it up and play with it. It was like, wow. But anyways, we got this here, and then for the main spread, what I got. Oh, see, these two want to come out. It's okay. Oh, blades, jeez. The 7 of blades and the 8 of blades. Jesus. And this occult activity has just got communities kind of going crazy. And these are rural communities that I've picked up. And you know what? It's just like people in their closet mansion, and they said, let's go and kill that cat. Let's go do this. Let's sacrifice this. And the thing is I'm going to tell you folks, when you sacrifice an innocent for something that is pure and it's from unpure attention, and you're doing a life sacrifice, you did not create life. There's a lot of bad shit that's going to happen to you. And when I mean bad shit, I'm talking about some bad shit. Like, let's say you were with child, or you're wanting to have a child. That could be. Or there's a sacrifice of, let's say, a true love connection. Let's say, you're married. Just simply you're married. And you're with your lover or whatever, but you guys but you guys are doing some crazy cult activities. The sacrifice, it generally can mean just about anything here. It could sacrifice your own relationship, your own children, because it's just bad stuff. Bad stuff. Alright, here we go. These are the main energies here. Here we go. In the world. Okay. We got all kinds of shit going on here. Alright, these are the main energies, and I'm going to read from the House of Dragon. I don't know, these cards just called to me to use for this reading. I do have dragons in my family, the dragon spirits, and I don't know this. I had to have a dragon deck, I guess. Okay. Alright, there's an energy that is represented, and these are people, by the Six of Crowns. Alright. There's crowns. Okay, we got the Fool. Alright. Oh, man. My nose is itchy here. Let's find the crowns. I figure I just break in this deck with the dragons here. Where's crowns? Come on. Tankards, blades, crowns. Okay. And this is a very pretty deck. But how y'all doing? And this is a terrible energy. But this person here, I don't know. This is like a warning to any of you guys. I just got this, and I got another like tarot deck. I'm going to do tarot on this. And it's a warning to somebody or multiple people, like, to protect your energy. Because occult activity can, depending on how high ranking you are, sometimes you can't veer away from some of this. And veering away from this kind of energy is kind of important. Kind of important. Yeah, I wear this here. It's a tree. I like it. I like it. I love trees. The trees on the side. I know it's a little big for me, but I was like, you know what? I love this tree shirt. Alright. This is upright. The Six of Crowns. And this says, you have so much more to offer than you realize. Your financial instincts are much needed right now. Someone in your circle may not be in a position to ask you directly for assistance, but your experience with material gain is the support they can use. Even a small act can lead to reinforcement of your bond. What you give here comes back to you in multiplies. These are unions that, if somebody is doing some of this kind of stuff in your energy, this advice could be for you. And if not, just take it as it resonates. So, do I have any more of these crowns? No, I don't. Alright. Let's go here. Alright, now we got the Two of Dragons. Alright, let me see here. We got Page of Blades. Alright, I'm going through this. But yeah, this energy was very strong. In occult activity, I guess we don't talk enough about it. And the thing is, we kind of make a joke out of it. We sit there and say, oh, we killed a cat or whatever we did, that it's not going to do anything. There is a spiritual court, and we are bound on this earth, and we come from different places. You just didn't come to this place. You came and you lived many lives. And sometimes what you do to your soul on this journey can, for a lot of lifetimes, bind you to something. And then we got the world, my friends. And upright the world, which it is. This is when the world card presents itself in a reading. You have successfully taken ownership of your accomplishments and know where you stand. There is no question that you are exactly where you are meant to be. So raise your tankard, take a successful journey completed, and start the next one. There's somebody in your energy here that wants to, they want to take ownership of some people. And to take ownership of you is kind of they want to bind your soul also. And do you really trust your soul with a mere mortal? That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't. You know, and then you got this Six of Crowns over here trying to make business deals and stuff. It's a lot. Don't sign any contracts with anybody without checking your energy. And check into a higher source, God, please. Because it's a lot. Then you got upright. Your ability to know when to take good risks is amplified and crackling right now. Do not question it, but listen to it and act on a risk when it is right for you. The sense that you are in harmony with your goals will be palpable if you're about to find your sea smoke. Take it as it resonates. Your purpose, sea smoke, whatever you want. Alright. And then I never did find this page of blades, so let's see here. I think are the dragon and the crown, and then we got the world, so we're just going by these blades now. Dragons do have their blades. I don't know, I vibe with the dragons. Love it. I'm just okay, I found the blades. Okay, yeah, I know. Alright, Page of Blades. This is a person that's represented directly in this dark magic extravaganza over here. Upright. Be confident in your ability to express yourself well. Someone else in your circle is able to articulate their wants and needs effortlessly, but they have been working hard to make it seem so simple. Let their cleverness inspire your potential for research or exchanging views. This page's enthusiasm can be contagious as well as exhausting. Listen to your body and you will know when it is time to step back. Conserve your energy and let your power multiply. Use discernment, folks. There's someone in here that kind of wants to tug at your energy, kind of make you almost like, I don't want to say they're intentionally trying to make you a slave. Maybe they are. I don't know. I just give the information, but they could be very vicious is what I'm picking up. That's all. All right, now we got the Seven of Blades. There's a lot of blades. You could tell it's a dark damn energy with these blades. All right, Seven of Blades in the House of Dragon. On a surface level, this card is a confirmation of a deception that you or someone you know got away with. But the higher meaning to Westeros is the need for you to be much more strategic about your next step. This is the time to worry about overthinking or over planning. Then we got get your team in order. This will take some extra coordination. This is just a confirmation on somebody that maybe this is happening to, and a warning. I can't make this up. This is just what I get. These are the downloads. And then I got the Eight of Blades. All right. This is the obligations to which you are committed are no longer healthy for you. By staying bound in place, you bring this misery on yourself. You have a duty to your highest power to move past the worst case scenario thoughts. You may not love your choices, but you still have them. Lean into the struggle against your bindings. They are not as strong as you were told. Somebody's kitchen magic. I don't know. I heard kitchen magic from a lot of readers. Someone's kitchen magic wasn't working as well as they thought it was. That is what I'm getting. Let's go get my other oracles. I don't know. I just think like that. I just kind of want to see that book kind of illustrates the feeling of this reading as we begin that reading. And I want to tell you guys thank you for all your nice comments. I haven't had time to respond to them yet. I go to work and sometimes I'm on a highway to hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy as hell, my work sometimes. And I deal with crazy ass people at times, so I thank God I stay out of the drama through the week because I am just not a person of drama. Not a person of drama at all, folks. I'm the person that says, there's a party. Okay, I'm not going. See you later. This is kind of what I do. I'm very isolated. This is my party, making videos. Hanging out with you is my party. Giving you messages is my party. Woo-hoo! Alright. I'm going to playful mode today. Alright, let's find out what's going on in this. I don't want to say devilish, just dark intentions. Well, let's just see what's going on. I got other cards that I read off this, but I don't know. I just was compelled to put the energy cycle right there. They're wonderful. Like the Six of Crowns. I love the illustration. And I read you guys all that. And then the eggs. Oh my god, they're so gorgeous. And then we got the blades here. Oof. Love the graphics. Jeez. And the 8 of blades. I just like how the blades are. I don't know, I get so excited about things. Ooh, yes. I like how the page is kind of holding that. I know tarot card readers always get excited about cards in the world. Love how it just sits out dark and ominous. Like, what? Alright. This story, or just this message, will say, I like to think things as a story because people are just one big open book sometimes. To me, at least. Because I'm a oracle reader. But we got, this is in reverse, this 8 of Pentacles, my friends. And this is mastery and skill building. You're dedicating yourself to honing your craft and becoming an expert in your field. This is obviously in reverse, so you're not becoming an expert in your field. So this person was apparently once like this. So I'm going to put it up, like go there. We're going to do that. And then We're gonna put the plot of the story there. I don't know everything's about the story. Oh my god, I can't even make this up. I literally picked the devil. Wow. The devil. Temptation and materialism. You may be caught in a situation that is causing you to feel trapped or powerless. Someone lost their desire to move on and try to make a nice, healthy path for themselves. You know, maybe a good, I don't know, work situation that makes you enlightened. I don't know. My work situation, I'm just friends with all my residents, so to me, it's like going home. Then Three of Cups in reverse. Oh my god, this is so ominous for somebody. Celebration and friendship. You are supported by supportive friends and family who love and appreciate you. Okay, it's in reverse. You are not surrounded by friends and family who appreciate you. Alright, whatever's going on with this dark magic, someone's manifesting some crazy shit. I will put it that way. And they just have this darkness, and it's multiple people. Just take it as it resonates. I'm just reporting the darkness, and I'm gonna try to do some oracle cards here to try to get you guys more into, I don't know, a positive thing here. And I got other kinds, like I'm gonna do the hidden truth, divine masculine, divine feminine. I feel like this is going towards a love reading. Doesn't it always go to love, folks? Love, I guess, makes the world go round. All right. Got the High Priestess in reverse as the story begins. This is just the plot. All right, this is just how this person feels in tarot. What I explained there. Think of it as a story unfolding because we're all our own story. We're all our own book. The High Priestess, in short meaning, is there may be hidden knowledge or secrets that will be revealed to you if you listen closely to your inner voice. Alright, this person is not listening to her inner voice, and the secrets and knowledge will not be revealed because they're not in their right state of mind. Makes sense if you're being manipulated. Oh my god, I can't make this up. Page of Swords in reverse. Curiosity and intellectual growth. You are exploring new ideas and expanding your knowledge and understanding the world. Reversed. You're not curious and you don't have intellectual growth and you are not exploring new ideas and you're not expanding your knowledge and you're not understanding the world. So somebody is feeding you lies. Can't make this up if I wanted to, folks. This is just how I'm getting the information. And oh my god, Six of Wands in reverse. Well, are they everything going to be in reverse in this reading? All right, we got victory and recognition. Your hard work and perseverance have paid off, and you are being recognized for your achievements. Reverse, folks. Victory, no victory, defeat, and humiliation. Your hard work has not paid off, and you are being not recognized for your achievements. This person's having a bad week. I don't know shit. Let's do this. Bad month, or maybe bad couple months. All this to get this kind of whatever's going on. There's the devil going on. There's deception. There's animals being sacrificed. Me and Chong are not happy with this. I don't know. The animal sacrificing really kind of was like, wow. Finally, justice in upright. The one card that really makes me the happiest here. Then we got seeking balance and fairness in all things. You may be called to make a decision that requires you to weigh the pros and cons carefully. All right, justice is seeking in here. Y'all hanging out with whatever is it. You guys got involved in something. And I don't know how these animals got murdered or sacrificed, but please God, Jesus, who Buddha, help these animals and help all the animals, because humans could be very horrible sometimes. I mean, just stop the violence. Can't we all just have peace like John Lennon? Let there be peace on earth. Come on now. All right. Got strength in reverse. That does not surprise me at all with the way this reading's going. Not at all. All right, we got taming your inner beast and mastering your emotions. You have strength and courage to overcome any challenge. In reverse, your inner beast is controlling you, and you haven't mastered your emotions, and you don't have the strength and courage to overcome any challenge right now. Wow. Okay. I don't know. Just please, Jesus, help these animals. All right, here we go. Ace of Cups. We got, and this is in the upright of all the other things. Hopefully, his strength wasn't, but maybe the Ace of Cups is. All right, I guess that's at least the information's going out. New beginnings in love and emotions. You are experiencing a new wave of love and positivity in your life. Some kind of breakthroughs come through somewhere and love is coming. Justice appeared. Maybe this love is going to help this animal sacrifice, because this is, I guess, out of all this, that's the one thing that bothers me the most out of all this crazy reading here. If you're pardoning this, be careful. If they're gonna hurt animals, God knows what they're gonna do to you. All right, Queen of Swords. This is actually in the upright. Wisdom and clarity. You possess a sharp mind and a clear understanding of the world, and are able to make objective decisions based on reason and logic. I guess somewhere in your head where you got all kinds of crazy people surrounding you with all this animal sacrifice, you're able to make reasonable judgment. Call the cops. This is what Chong the dog says over here. All right. And then we got 5 of Cups. All right. Short meaning. You may be grieving a recent loss or feeling let down by someone you have trusted. Focus on heading and self-care. All right. Upside down. Opposite. All right. You may be not grieving a recent loss or not feeling let down by someone you trusted. Focus on healing and self-care. We're going to go opposite. The universe goes in opposite. So you are not feeling, you are not grieving. You're not a recent loss. That's it. So I guess if you're healing, please help these damn animals, because there was a black cat involved and there was a dog or two. And in my mind's eye, I think one of them was a German Shepherd. We love animals here on Chong the dog. Please help those animals that are involved in whatever's going on. And justice for the animals, please. All right, then we got the 6 of Wands in reverse. And this talks about defensiveness and resilience. You are facing challenges and obstacles, but you are determined to stand your ground and defend your position. All right, opposite. Let's just go with opposite. My ancestors say opposite. Just like what's up and then down. It's the same, but just on opposite spectrum. So here we go. You're not defensive, and your resilience is down. You are not facing challenges, and there's no obstacles. But you are determined to stand your ground and defend your position. All right, while you're defending your position, could we think about the German Shepherd that was hurt and all this? Call an animal rights group, please. Just saying. So, my mother said that I need to focus on the people. So I'm going to focus on the people. I was very upset about the animals. All right, then we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. All right, this talks about exploration and learning. You are beginning a new adventure or project and are eager to learn and explore all that it has to offer. Opposite, let's go with opposite. You're not exploring and you're not learning. You are not beginning a new venture or project and you're not eager to learn and explore things that it hasn't been offered in front of you. That is what I was meant to say. Maybe you should explore something. Explore finding an animal rights group. All right, then we got the Nine of Cups in reverse. But the Nine of Cups itself in the upright is contentment and satisfaction. You have achieved a sense of emotional and material satisfaction and one feeling fulfilled. Opposite. This came opposite too. You have no contentment and satisfaction in your life. You have achieved no sense of emotional and material satisfaction and are not feeling fulfilled. I don't think I would either, going through that kind of torment when I seen in my mind. I know this goes on every day and I know that darkness is terrible, but seeing it is heartbreaking sometimes. So think about the people around you, whoever, this kind of hits to you. Think about the people around you and how it affects. And maybe if you really cared, I guess, about the people around you and their feelings, think of how the effect of your actions are. And everything has to be put back in place. And yes, we all are God's, no matter how wicked we are, we're all God's children. I get it. And it's true. Some people will say, oh my God, Hitler was awful, this and that. Yes, he did do awful things, but I guess in the end, he was still God's child, and God will probably end up reincarnating him, and he may be a prophet in the next life. Who knows? It's not us to judge. Don't judge people unless you want to be judged. That's what I was meant to say. Then we got a King of Swords and the upright. Maybe this King of Swords will help the animals. Okay. Authority and truth. You are a natural leader who values honesty, integrity, and is willing to speak truth to power. Please, King of Wands, call the animal rights groups and stand up for things. Oh, my Lord. These are just suggestions we're having the story go. I feel that as this goes on, somebody's speaking truth. Thank God. Maybe the animals got saved. I know this is terrible, and this is why I'm on here. Sad dog videos. Sad dog videos. I literally watch YouTube and I would cry watching sad dog videos. And I said, well, you know what? I gotta be a content creator and I gotta do what I can to get a shelter to save these animals. And this is why I'm here with you guys, or I would not be making this content. So we got the Nine of Wands upright. Thank God we finally. Now you know that this horrible story starts this way, and now it's starting to get nicer. I'm hoping this starts with the German Shepherd being saved. For whoever this is for. Alright, short meaning of Nine of Wands. Perseverance and resilience. You have been through a lot of challenges, but you are still standing and ready to face whatever comes your way. Okay, I guess you've been through all this damn abuse over here and you're ready to stand on your own 2 feet and help clear out a situation so you can come back into whatever alignment you need to be in, I'm being told to say. And being in alignment just means being in out of that yucky, grungy energy so you can be in something more positive and fulfilling in your life. And I guess that's just the easy way of saying leveling up and just trying in the positive energy builds you to where you're stronger and you can stand on your own 2 feet. That's what leveling up is. People think too much into this whole dynamic of the high priestess, this and that. A high priestess just knows, or a high priest, they know their self-worth. They just know it. And they ain't let nobody stop in the way. They ain't let no one control them, and they ain't going to be walked on a leash. That's all it means. I mean, to just revisit it, you understand it as it literally is. Somebody's walking you on a leash. Otherwise. So you take control or be controlled. That's it. So that's what mom told me to tell you. I don't know why I was trying to say walked on a leash, but somebody's being was walked on a leash and beaten like a dog abused. That's what I'm being told to say. So if you feel like you were being beaten and just someone was having fun in your misery and holding you around in a leash, maybe it's for you. Maybe it's not. And if there was that German Shepherd, I swear to God, you better save that German Shepherd, or I don't know. I'll be mad at you. Let's just put that way. I hope it was just an isolated thing, or I just whatever. But yeah, I guess there's ritualistic animal sacrifices all over the world, but it upsets me. I don't even like to eat meat that much. All right, then we got the 2 swords in reverse, folks. And this upright, this means indecision and stalemate. You are feeling stuck between 2 choices and the need to gather more information before making a decision. Reverse, take it the opposite way. You're not indecisive and you're not at a stalemate. You are feeling not stuck between 2 choices. And you don't need to gather more information before making whatever decision you have. And a decision, essentially, you got to go back to basics when you think of a problem. A decision either is 2 or more options. That's it. So you're making a decision between 2 things, 3 things, or 4 things. And I feel 2, 3, and 4 are the numbers of the day. So let's go on here because we got a damn decision here. Oh my God, this is about love. Oh my God. All right, here we go. 3 of Swords. Heartbreak and sorrow. You may be experiencing a painful loss and betrayal and need to focus on healing and self-care. I guess don't make rash decisions, Ma says. You just got a realization that you have a heart. So if you think with your heart and you're going in with your heart and you're not thinking with your heart and your mind, sometimes you don't get the results you want. And this is what I'm being told by my Machiavelli mother, who is a dragon. And she is a queen dragon. And she's a queen dragon spirit that don't put up with no crap. And she tells you straight up how it is. So it is what it is, guys. And use your discernment. And if you do not have discernment, please listen to Carl Jung. Carl Jung will show you how to get to discernment, sovereignty, all kinds of stuff, and how to get in your own psyche. This could be a very good thing for you. I'm just saying. I mean, this was my personal journey with Carl Jung. I love psychology. You could get your spiritually awakened through psychology. And Carl Jung studied empaths. Just to put out there. Just to put it out there. Alright. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Legacy and inheritance. You may be receiving inheritance or passing down a legacy to future generations or recognizing the importance of family. Reverse. Your legacy. There is legacy and an inheritance that you might not get. Or might not get as much as you think. And then you may be receiving inheritance. But you might not be passing down a legacy to the future generations. And you might not be recognizing the importance of family. So take this as it resonates. I don't understand all of this. I really don't. But you are getting some kind of inheritance. Maybe it means you're going to piss away the money. And it's going to be like it never was there. I don't know. Mom says that I'm on the right track. So we'll just keep going. The Machiavelli woman said, oh my God, 10 of Swords. If I didn't call this, folks, I don't know. I guess I am a psychic. All right, 10 of Swords, upright. High five, I was right. We got, you may be experiencing a painful ending or loss, but this marks the beginning of a new cycle of growth and transformation. Right here. Somebody got involved in some black magic and they were clouded by a practitioner that cursed her own damn self. And I'm going to say lady because I feel it was a lady. It's a strong feminine energy. Strong. Someone that has strong feminine energy. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. And they didn't have any true power. Just because you can read it on the internet, it is born in Indane. It is not something you can just acquire from a cult. Just saying. It's something that you're born into. And that's it. That's it. Alright. Knight of Wands. Thank God this one. We're getting uprights. This means action and adventure. You are daring and passionate. Oh, you're daring and passionate, friend. And you are not afraid to take risks to achieve your goals. You're sitting in the 10 of Swords. You realize you love somebody. We all been there. Eat some ice cream. Figure out what you're doing. Figure out what you need to do. You clear your path. Figure out what decision you want to make. And figure out the situation. And don't make the person uncomfortable. I'm getting mothers saying if you were, whatever, how you left the situation and how you left it, you got to fix it. And you got to fix all the circumstances around it to research it and start a new page. It's like starting a new story. You got to start a whole new story, but it has to be, it can't have the same, you can't be trying to defend an old story. You got to start over. Start over by release your fears, release everything. Oh my God. I can't even make this up. I just grabbed the tower, folks. You are in a tower. Yes, you are. You are in a tower, and apparently the bad part of the tower, my friend. Karma is biting you in the ass. And not a good way. Not a good way. Now would not be the time to be dishonest, to make the universe any angrier than it is already. Please do not test the waters with the universe. Whatever you are, get downloads from the universe. I see that you are a manifester. I see that you are an intuitive high priest. I feel it from over here. I feel it. I feel it. I feel good. Anyways, I feel it all over here. So, let me get some oracle cards for ya. Right now would be a time you're going to have, if you are getting financial gain and you are lucky to have any kind of money or any kind of, and your transportation hasn't broke down, don't make the universe any angrier than you have. Maybe hug a tree. Maybe, I don't know, go out to nature. And things like that, and try to think of a nice peaceful approaches. Maybe try to reconcile things around a narrative that you created in whatever this tower situation is. You know, sometimes coming clean is not always the prettiest thing, I guess we could say. Alright, these are special messages. Alright, I'm gonna go here. Alright, well, these are here. These are 6-card readings. Alright, we're not doing a whole reading on here. I'm not worried about it. I got 100 gajillion cards here. If the person, this is definitely a love reading, so we're just gonna go with, if the person on your mind had something to say, what would they say? Baby, what would they say? Okay. I'm going to stop playing. I'm just in a really good mood. I got to choose my dragon cards. Alright. I am really sorry, but I can't reciprocate your feelings one-sided. There we go. There we go. There it is. That was the person, what they would say. Alright, let's see else what they would say. I mean, depending on how long you've been away from a situation and what you did to get to the tower, you may have started pushing people away, which means you got to rebuild love. You must rebuild it. Rebuild trust. And if you, I mean, I don't know. I don't know your situation, and everybody may have a different situation. They really may at this point. And I don't even think I'm speaking to the good part, the person that got all this good karma. I think I'm just speaking to the person that got all the shitty karma in this situation. So let's see what your loved one would say. All right, collaborate, and this is one-sided. We got collaborate right here. We got a yellow rose. I wonder what would happen if we joined forces. This is what the person on your mind would say. They wonder what would happen if you joined forces, which means there's a trust issue. Maybe you get broke trust to get this tower. This is just out there, and you're just going to have to admit that you caused this tower. You caused it. It was your fault, but you know what? We all make mistakes. Learn from it. You're going to have to do things that actually build trust with whoever you disengage trust with. And it could be multiple people. If it's, I don't know what kind of, I don't know you personally, but it could be if you have a family unit and let's say you made, I don't know, your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your uncles, whatever. You may have to go to these guys and you may have to take a little rejection. You may have to take an ego burst. You may have to where you said, you know what, I fucked up. Just come right out. I fucked up and I want to make it up to you guys. That's it. Obviously, there was a lot of misunderstanding in the situation, and you did something that was so bad that people just started walking away one by one. Either you pushed them away or they walked away. So you have to fix that. Everybody does come around, but you know, they want to make sure that you're not going to do it again. And it doesn't always have to be just with the person you love. It may be with the person that you love, who they're surrounded by and who was once surrounded by you. This is where these circles, this is why you don't never lie. All right, and then we got soulmate. Oh my God. You guys were soulmates. Okay. I know you're my soulmate. This is what this person is trying to tell you. If they could speak to you, they know that you're their soulmate. So I do know from personal experience when you start making positive steps, and even if somebody gets mad and yells at you at first, and families get mad and say, well, blah, 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 you did this, you're a shithead, yada, yada, yada. You just sometimes just the fact that maybe you went out of your way to try to make things right and explain everything and maybe come with nice gifts and come in with nice gifts and a clear mind and just say, you know, I really want to make things right just to make things right. And do it honestly and without expecting anything in return. And sometimes people reciprocate a little better. If you're coming in saying, I need this, I need money, I need housing, I need that, it's not going to work if it went so far that you got a tower. All right, let's move it on. You can get a tower just from being an avid drug user to the people around you, and then there. And under this one side, we're just going to do some, what does the what person on your mind that said, I am sorry, but I can't reciprocate these feelings. The reason for this, and we'll just start doing rows down this way. All right, the reason for this answer is ready. What are we waiting for? Let's do this. And this is telling me that your person is hot and cold, so they're on the fence and they're off the fence, all the same. I guess clinically speaking, that's what it's saying. They're hot and they're cold. So take it as it is, read between the lines, and I think you would know kind of that person because it is your person. I don't know how long you've been together, but obviously long enough for a tower to come. You had to be together and have made an impact in somebody's life for long enough for a tower to come. So towers usually take at least a couple months, maybe a half a year to be able to accumulate this strong. Let's just put it that way. Then we got unaware over here. And this is all with this item sorry, but I can't reciprocate pile. It says, I've been showing my lack of interest, but you've been ignoring all the signals unaware. This is what's making this person go hot and cold. You've simply just been showing lack of interest. You know, maybe you walked out on this person. Maybe you left them when maybe you were a runner. Maybe they really needed you and it hurt and they had to do things by themselves and they feel guarded. This is what I'm picking up. And a lot of times when you run away instead of facing your own fears, people around you have less faith in you. And this is kind of I don't know, this is the domino effect of lying. And then we got secret. There's a secret to why this person's hot and cold here. There are so many feelings I want to share with you, but I'm shy about opening up. Secret. They're shy, they're guarded, and they probably have had a lot of people, if they are still standing and haven't off themselves and ended up in a psych ward, probably had a lot of people healing them. And if you were not a part of that healing journey, you're going to have to answer to everyone that healed that person. And you do got to realize this. Because even though you're healing, which is good, I'm glad, because I don't try to be judgmental, but the other person healed too, and most likely they had to heal themselves, and they probably waited a fat minute and noticed you were not coming around, and maybe you possibly replaced them. And then if you replace them, they just feel like you just really don't care, and maybe they're afraid you're going to do it again. This is when these feelings come about. So you can't be mad about it, is what I'm saying. And then another thing out of that pile, then we'll go in this with this collaborate, is thinking of you. I find myself thinking about you a lot. They probably reflect on you. They probably reflect on the day, on the good times, but they're reflecting on the bad times because they're hot and cold. They're guarded. If you're guarded and you're hot and cold, you're going to think a lot about it and you're going to wish things were different, but reality is you left, and maybe you left with another person. Maybe you guys were in a living situation together and you just dipped out and lived with somebody else. Whether or not that person had sex with someone else or not, it probably bothers them, because if they didn't have sex when you were gone, which means they really kind of treasured and thought it was special when you slept with them. And if they haven't slept with no one else, and they're just not that kind of person, they're going to be more guarded and they're going to be more shy, and it's going to be like starting out from square one. And it's a different kind of person. So if you were a player, you're in a different energy and you got to navigate a way different way. A way different way. Oh my God, a way different way. Then we got connection. Oh my God, I'm talking about connection and we got a rose here. I think we have a pretty unique connection. This person that's hot and cold in the shadows, what they're not telling you is you do think that you had a unique connection. But maybe they just don't fully trust, and maybe if you did it, I mean, it seems like it's very popular to get a third party these days, because you know what, I watch a lot of readers. I don't get out much, but I watch a lot of readers, and they're always talking about third party. Always talking about a third party. There's always a girl slipping in doing the, read between the lines, and then the other person sometimes never comes back. And they do this just to make the other person mad, and some women do this purposely because they get thrills out of it. All right, we got wondering. I can't even make this up. I'm just steadily shuffling. I often wonder if you feel the same way, wondering. Maybe deep down they don't trust your words, and they don't really, and they want to see what actions you take, and maybe if they don't want to get another situation like this. Maybe the person gave you a chance before and you did it again, and maybe they feel like repeat cycle. Maybe they don't want a repeat cycle. Maybe they honestly don't want to keep repeating the same cycle. People that don't sleep around a lot, if you're with someone like that, they don't like repeat cycles, and they want usually somebody that doesn't act that way. Everybody's not the same. Some people think of sex as sacred. Some people think of sex as sex. All right. And then we got open-minded under here. What's hidden in the shadows. And this talks about, I'm open into exploring things with you, but I can't make any promises. They got to think about it, because the last time they trusted you on your word, you kind of possibly didn't come through. Maybe, and then if you got a third party, it's really gonna be hot and cold for you. So you got to decide if it's more to your benefit at this time. I will tell you to possibly heal and just find a whole new person, because this is just a lot of things to do if you really, truly. And then honestly, even if you don't and there is a family situation involved, maybe just start repairing that family situation first, and then kind of let time take its course with the other person. Maybe, if they see that, I don't know, you repaired the family situation, maybe slowly you can reach out to the other, and maybe in some of your situations, because this is collective, maybe they're connected to some of your family members if you guys were there long enough, and maybe they'll get the word that you really have changed. But you're going to have to prove yourself to more than just that person, and then expect that person that you messed up to validate you, because they would feel like they're just a fool at that point, especially if you involved a third party. If you involved a third party, you got a long road ahead of you, my friend. A long road ahead of you. Because most people, like at work, I talked to a lot of people that have had breakups. They literally told me if they moved on and had sex with someone else, move on, next person. This is what they do. This is what the young generation does. They say, move on, next person. And they say it's so cocky, like it's going to the store and getting new groceries. But this is the new world we live in. I don't make these rules. Okay, this was a reference card, so maybe the cards didn't have to make up their mind yet. All right. Okay, we got casual. I think we could have a lot of fun together, but I don't see it progressing into something deeper. Casual. Maybe they're not going to give you a commitment at first. I mean, you never know what future outcomes bring. This is why if you get any connection, just honor it and say, okay. And maybe just focus on yourself at this point. Just focus on yourself. That's it. And maybe try to and fix your family connections. And then maybe every once in a while, just be nice and see if you're able to have a conversation with the person that you would like to get back together with. But the more pushy you get in these situations, especially if you it involved a third party. If there was a third party involved that you were having any intimate relationship with, oh my God, there's no way it's going to be literally like it was before. You're going to have to rebuild. Rebuild and rebuild. It's just the way it is. You got to rebuild and show actual progress that you're not an a-hole. All right, then we got under this, I know you're my soulmate, we got not interested. This is for, I guess, would be if you were to ask them, could we have a long-term commitment? There we go. To be totally honest, you're not really my type. Not interested. This person probably has healed and went back to, you regress back when you get totally healed to your childhood self. The self that I guess you were at when you were playful and young and you know you had options and you're just feeling life and you're feeling really good about yourself. Maybe you're not their type now. So find out what their type is. You're going to have to fall in love with this person all over again. And you got to realize that when someone falls out of love and this means they're detached. If they're saying things like this to you, they are totally detached from you. You may be attached, but they are not. So you got to be playful and have that playful energy back and tap into your inner child. You know, your inner shadows, your inner child, and feel good about yourself. Have that self-confidence, and you got to approach this person with self-confidence in your inner child, like they're feeling their inner child. That's what you get with self-care. You get that inner child back. Your inner innocence comes back to you. You can't come back wounded and expect them to want a relationship. They're going to think that they have to fix you after they just fix themselves. I mean, that's a lot to ask out of one person. I'm just putting that out there. And then we have under this here, I know you're my soulmate, doubt. This is why they're telling you this stuff. I recognize the potential between us, but I also harbor some uncertainties, doubt. This is why they don't want a long-term agreement, because they know that life gives you options. And you have one life to live until you're reborn again and forget about this life. So they're trying to make the best out of their life and not try to be always in a bitter cycle because they're healed. You know, it is what it is. They're healed and you're not. So you're not seeing their side. So, all right. And then we got a laughter. And then that's another yellow rose confirmation. You really know how to make me laugh. Laughter. There's, they're healed. They're thinking about the good times. But they're also thinking about how some things weren't so good, but maybe if they moved on to another situation, they can leave the past behind them. So maybe they literally just want to be friends now and they don't want to have a relationship with you, but depending on how the female or male is, they could be dating, they could not be dating, but right now they're exploring their different options. They already self-healed, so they learn to love themselves. So they're going to get in that playful energy and start hanging around people and start having fun like you did when you were a young kid. And that's it. And you just got to learn to get in that energy. Okay, here I got another message card for a 6-card reading. Alright. I'm just doing affirmations of what they'd say. Alright, and then influences with this last one that says influences here. I think you're great, but I'm worried about what other people would think. Alright, they don't want to get back to you because they don't know what other people's going to think. They might think they're a fool for taking you back. There's people that are going to say that. There's just a lot of drama that goes along when you're breaking up with somebody, and then when you're over it and you forgave the person, there's a lot of drama that goes back into the situation. And then that person just wonders, is it all worth the drama all over again? Because they just healed from it. You're coming in unhealed, completely unhealed, bringing that same drama back that they just healed from. So, this is just a thought. I don't know your situation. I most likely don't even know you. It probably is the case. I most likely don't know you, but I just wanted to give you that piece of information because I feel that somebody needed to hear it. I don't know who. I really don't. When we get downloads, we have no clue who really needed to hear something. I will tell you that. That is absolutely true. And I've heard readers say this before, but it is absolutely true. I don't know literally who needed to hear it. There could have been several people that needed to hear it. There's millions of people in the world. So just because a reading comes on and it seems to reflect you, it could be for a lot of people. It could be for multiple people because that's how this thing goes. Because multiple people could be going through the same circumstance because life works in synchronicities. One person is not special. Just think about grass. Grass all looks the same, right? The grass, that's why it says the grass ain't greener. Because grass looks the same a lot. So if you're leaving one part of the grass and you say, this part of the yard I think is a little better. I like the mulch, whatever. And I don't know why I'm using these kind of sayings about grass, but take that as it resonates. But you go by this one, there's a really pretty tree and you like it, but you're over by this rose bush. You vibe with the rose bush, but then you go over this other place. I kind of like this tree. I want to live by this tree. And maybe you weren't meant to plant seeds over there, but you said, you know what? It might be a little bit easier. I'm just going to go live over here and maybe I'll visit the rose bush. The rose bush, maybe another bush came and they planted another bush by that bush, and then there's not enough room for you to get in there because another bush appeared. And they seem pretty like a nice little bush couple. That bush is complementing with maybe the new adjustments to his thing and said, I kind of like this. The leaves on this bush go here and my red flowers or pink flowers come out here. And you go, okay. But then this other bush, comes by and says, I'm going to come back to that area. And we're like, no, we already relocated. We redecorated. We like this better. And they go, but I liked being over there. And I'm like, well, you're not there no more. So it's kind of like that. That's how life is. That's why they say we're a blade of grass. So I hope this reading kind of helped somebody that was supposed to help. And it was a very confusing reading. And I'm on a serious note, I did for real see some kind of animals getting abused. That is a for real note. And I do want to say, if you did see any kind of animal abuse of any kind of sort, I want you guys to be on alert. I want you guys to know about the proper authorities and to try to, I guess, help the world and maybe try to help the animals, please. And there's poachers, there's all kinds of bad things these animals got to endure, and humans. So let's try to make the world a better place, please. And I'm going to end the reading. And if you like the reading, if you did subscribe to me, then you'll get another one, another oracle reading. I don't know if I use the dragon deck one next time, but I kind of did like that House of Dragon. That House of Dragon kind of rocked. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get one of these oracle readings out every day. And I'm really tired because I do got to be up really early. But tomorrow I am gonna go live. I am for real because I go on a little 4-day vacation because after Sunday, Monday I don't gotta worry about naked sleeping and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a live because it takes a lot of me because I gotta extend my energy to how many people are in that stream. And last time I think it was like 80 people. 80 people's energy around me. I gotta sleep before all that goes on. It's a lot of energy to try to transmute and figure out at once. I'm not Supergirl and I was exhausted, so I need rest before I do another live. But I will see you, and I appreciate you, Chong the Dog Soul Tribe. I really do. You guys are the best. You really are. And I appreciate everything you do. And if you liked it, leave a comment if it helped you. And I did get a comment that it helped somebody the other day, so I'm gonna and I give it you the nice raw truth. I'm not candy coating things or whatever. So I'm gonna end this, and I hope to see you in the Chong the Dog Soul Tribe. And I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna have to press the button because I don't. This is attached to expensive tablet, so I gotta actually press the button. And I'll see you later.